morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. I'm back here at Ciocca Kia in Ewing, New Jersey to take a look at one of the most affordable sedans on the market today for the 2024 model year. This is the 2024 Kia Forte LX, the base Forte trim for the 2024 model year. The color here is Aurora Black. So we're going to check out this Forte LX, see what kind of value Kia is putting in this base model Forte, and it's the most affordable four-door sedan in the market today. So let's dig in. The front end of this Forte LX, Kia badge on the hood, Aurora Black. I like this brushed aluminum trim that comes along down below, kind of breaks it up a little bit. The flat black tiger nose grille in the middle. However, when you're going total base on the Forte, you're going to get standard headlights, standard turn signals, and standard daytime running lamps. However, we do have functional side air curtains on either side, but I would have liked to have seen some LED lights up front, even in this base trim. But let me know what you think. Wheel and tire package on the Forte LX. We have a 15-inch steel wheel with a plastic silver hubcap. That's how it rocks. If you want aluminum alloy wheels, you'll have to move up in trim levels, but when you go total base, it's a steel wheel with a silver plastic hubcap. Standard brake and rotor package. Now, these 15-inch steel wheels are wrapped in Kumho Solus all-season tires, 195 on the width, a 65 series sidewall 15s, all four corners, front-wheel drive. Full side profile on the Forte LX, the Aurora Black. Everything is the same color. No chrome around the windows, all flat black except for those plastic hubcaps that are on there. But when you're trying to save money and you're going for affordability, the Aurora Black is all one color. That's the way it's going to be. Now, the interesting thing is they went with an extra cost color on this Forte LX because the Aurora Black is an add to the price instead of a standard zero add color. So that was an interesting choice there at the factory. But let me know what you think about this totally base vehicle. As we move in closer, we're color matched on the side view mirror. No LED turn signals on the side view mirrors. Color matched on the front and the rear door handle. Left side fuel filler cap. Up top, we do have a color matched roof with a flat black shark fin antenna and no sunroof. All right, rear end of the Forte, we have that nice kick up on the deck lid. No spoiler, but it looks good. Kia badge in the middle. Now we have standard lighting in the back. On the left side of the trunk, we have Forte and then the FE badge, which was the old name for the LX trim on the Forte. So obviously when this car was made, and it was made early at the factory, Kia didn't have the Forte LX badge ready yet, and they put on an FE. So that means this could be a collector car with that kind of mistake down the road. I've never seen that before. But down below we have the standard turn signals down on the bumper, and then we have this fake venting here. They could have just smoothed that out, made it all one thing. And of course your fake exhausts, because the exhaust is tucked up underneath the right side of the vehicle. And there you are for confirmation, just in case you didn't see it on the wider angle view. There it is, says Forte FE, even though the window sticker says Forte LX. All right, we're under the hood of this 24 Forte LX, and what do we have for a power plant? We have Kia's 2-liter naturally aspirated inline 4-cylinder engine mated to an IVT, or intelligent variable controlled transmission. 147 horsepower, 132 pound-feet of torque, MPGs, 30 in the city, 41 on the highway, 34 combined. And if you pair that combined mileage of 34 miles a gallon with a 14-gallon gas tank, depending on driving conditions, you could get up to 476 miles to a tank of gas. Before we get into the interior, you're going to want to know, Mike, how much? Because you told us this was the most affordable four-door sedan in the market. So here we go. MSRP base for the 2024 Forte LX, $19,790. Now, what do you get for that? You do get some driver assistance tech in here. You get your forward collision avoidance system, pedestrian, lane departure warning, lane following assist, lane keeping assist, and driver attention warning and high beam assist, but you do not get blind spot monitoring or cross traffic alert. Then we add in $295 for the Aurora Black paint, $175 for the carpeted floor mats. Then add in destination and delivery of $1,125 from Kia's Pesquera, Mexico assembly plant, and we have a total MSRP from the factory of $21,385. And with the departure of the Kia Rio sedan from the lineup for 2024, this becomes the least expensive Kia sedan on sale. So let's check out the interior. Starting with the footbox, a nice large dead pedal brake and accelerator. The carpeted mats are in the trunk at this time. Down on the floor, you can pop the trunk or pop your fuel filler door from right there. Seats, what do we got? Manual assist for the driver and the front passenger, and then this black cloth material with some white stitching and a different insert design. Headrest is very firm, bolstering pretty firm as well, but for an extremely base interior, it doesn't look that bad. Looks pretty good. Door panels, we have hard black plastic up top, brushed aluminum door handle with some brushed aluminum trim around the door handle to try to give it a little bit different vibe. We do have soft touch on the door armrest though, so that is softer, so that's a nice touch. Flat black on the switchgear, a fairly generous door pocket for a small vehicle, and we have our standard audio system. On the dash, we do have some soft touch, brushed aluminum, going right into the brushed aluminum ring on the heat and air vent, and then a nice large glove box. Infotainment screen, what are we looking at? We have Kia's base 8-inch infotainment system, but the upside with their base system, since it doesn't have built-in nav, you get wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, all the maps and the navigation will come through your phone, but you can pair your phone, turn on your Bluetooth, you can go to your media, you can set up your AM, FM stations, Bluetooth, USB music, there's your Android Auto and Apple CarPlay icons, and you got your AM radio, but you're not going to get Sirius XM. And then we can go to our setup where we can go ahead and adjust how we want the speakers to sound in the car, Wi-Fi hotspot setup, display. We can go in there and we can go ahead and decide whether your display is going to be on automatic or stay on daylight mode all the time or stay on night mode all the time. Illumination, link to cluster illumination control. So they have a whole bunch of action there. So you can adjust that, and of course you can change things, and it is a touch screen. So we go to the reverse, we go to the backup camera, it takes up the whole screen, fairly clear with trajectory, so I can't complain about that in a car that is at this price point. And then we're looking at our hard controls. Here's our volume knob and our tuning knob right there, down below 2 heat and air vents, 4-way hazards, down further, standard heat and air, no climate control, but you do have your rear defrost, AC, you adjust the temperature here, you adjust the fan speed there, and you adjust where you want it to come out right there. So they got you covered there. Down further, there is an area for storage that has a rubber finish, so you can slide your phone in there and it won't slide around, so that's nice. And then in here, as you can see, you got a 12 volt, and then you got 2 USB A's. Not the end of the world, because you can get a USB A to USB-C adapter if you need to for about $5. More rubber finish down here. Then we have our shifter that's going to take you through this IVT transmission. We do have different drive modes, and in a car with a little over $21,000, having drive modes is a pretty good deal. We have a manual emergency brake, 2 cup holders. Now, the key is not a fob. It is your standard key you plug into the ignition barrel, but you do have lock, unlock, pop the trunk, panic button, and you want to start the car, you put your foot on the brake, you put the key into the ignition barrel, and then turn it. Just like, there you go. Now, as we come down, pretty hard center armrest. We open that up, and we do have a good area for storage. Kia steering wheel, we have a soft touch steering wheel, but nice 10 and 2 notches, the Kia badge on the horn button. We do have some brushed aluminum to try to lift the wheel up a little bit, round bottom wheel, but this is a fairly generous driver cockpit, so I have no problem getting in the car. We do have flat black on the switchgear, telephone voice commands on the left, modes for your infotainment screen, favorites button, and then on the right, you have your safety suite controls right in here, your lane keep assist and whatnot, and then you have controls for the digital portion of your dash. But of course, what you don't see here is you don't have cruise control. As we go to our left stalk, we got our headlights on the left, we got our wipers on the right, down below, bright and dim the dash, traction control off. Steering wheel is a manual tilting and telescoping wheel. And then we get that locked back in. Then we move in, we have a digital analog combo, analog gauges, speedometer, tachometer, fuel level, coolant temperature. And then you have a small display in the center that's going to give you some additional information. And you do have some sub-menus underneath each one of these as well. So not bad for what you're paying for this dash. Our drive modes that we get in here, we have Sport, Smart, and Normal. So 3 drive modes in a base Forte at $21,300 in price. That's pretty good because some other brands do not have available drive modes in their base vehicle. So I think that's some value right there from Kia. We'll leave this in Normal for now. Overhead console, pretty plain. You got a spot for your sunglasses. And then this button remains in the center. You open the door, lights come on, close the door, lights go off. No roof to speak of, so we move to our sun visor with a vanity, but no light. And does it slide? No, it does not. Getting in the back seat of this Forte LX, I have the seat set for my driving position, so we'll hop on in. Piece of cake to get in. Plenty of headroom, shoulder width room, knee space at 5'11", all plastic down here, no seat pocket behind either front seat, and no action on the back of the center console. Back door panels, though, are the same as the front. Here's our front door panel looking good. Here's the back door panel looking the same. Rear seats, cloth stitching, different insert, fairly comfortable for base seats, but no armrest here in the LX. But overall, it's pretty comfortable back here, but I'm not going to get heat and air, I'm not going to get connectivity, and I'm not going to get an armrest with cup holders. Opening the trunk, there is the lever right there. You pull that up, trunk releases, come to the back, it's already up. And when you get in there, you have a nice wide opening, 15.3 cubic feet of space in this Forte LX's trunk. Here's our carpeted floor mats that say Forte on them. So that's a nice touch right there, Forte. And then you open this up, you got more storage and a fix-a-flat no spare in the LX. And when you go LX, the rear seats don't drop. When you move up in trims, you'll have pull levers here to send those rear seats down. But just like the Rio S sedan or the Rio LX sedan that they had in the lineup last year, the rear seats don't drop until you go up in trims, and that's the same here on the Forte LX or the Forte FE. Here is our window sticker. 2024 Forte LX. Standard features. You still get that 5-year, 60,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty. There's our 2 options. There's our total MSRP, $21,385. Fuel economy. And safety ratings, and made in Mexico. Now the Forte was made in South Korea, but obviously with the Rio going by the boards, they moved that production to their Mexico plant. Let's take this baby out for a spin. All right, we're on the road in this 24 Forte LX, the very base of the Forte lineup. Of course, you have LX, then you have LXS, then you have GT line, GT and GT manual still in the Forte lineup for 2024. So we've been driving a little bit, and it drives just fine. I mean, the Forte is a fun little car to drive. So we're gonna zip up here. We'll do an emergency brake test on these base level brakes. See how she does in 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah, no problem. Stops in a straight line. Now we'll take off. Now, this is not a fast car at 147 horsepower. This is the economical drive line. If you want something sportier, you can move up to the GT to get your 1.6 liter turbo still. with the 7-speed dual clutch instead of this IVT. But again, when you're looking at the most affordable sedan in the market today, this Kia Forte, you can't want too much stuff in it. Let's just put it that way. Turning radius 17.4 feet. Here we go. Look at that. Just whips right around and out we go the other way. That is nice. The bones of this car lend itself to that GT line and GT manual because it is a very light on its feet car. It drives really, really well. The steering is obviously it's going to be light, but it's not vague. You point the wheel where you want the car to go and it just goes right away. No problem. Braking's good. Obviously you're getting the 15-inch wheels with plastic hubcaps in this LX, and if you want something more, you can jump up to the LXS, and then you're going to get 16-inch aluminum alloy wheels, and that'll take care of these plastic wheels with, or the steel wheels with the hubcaps. But feels good on the road. Now, I have the license plate stuck between the windshield and the dash, and I am getting a steady rattle of that plate, which means we do have some chassis vibrations coming into the cockpit, and I actually can feel it a little bit through the wheel and in my rump. So that's something Kia has had an issue with on all their vehicles, and that's something they all need to address in the lineup of all their cars, are those low frequency vibrations. But overall, here for the 2024 Forte, we're unchanged from 2023. So everything remains the same. All your packages remain the same. All your trim levels remain the same in 2024. But I wanted to start off with the base LX Forte because we're going to go through all the Forte trims because it's a very popular selling car. And right now, in today's market, with interest rates as high as they are for cars, people are starting to hold off on buying them. Because right now, the way I gauge the market is people are looking for affordability in a car rather than a lot of different amenities because interest rates are higher. You gotta remember the average interest rate across all credit scores, because normally your particular interest rate will be tied to your credit score. But if you average all the interest rates across all the credit scores together, you get an interest rate of just under 7% on new cars, and on used cars, just over 11%, which prices a lot of people out on more expensive automobiles because they want an affordable monthly payment. And people don't want to stretch the loan to 72 or 84 months because once you do that, you are already behind on how much the car is worth because the car is going to depreciate faster than you can pay the loan off, and you're going to wind up upside down in it in a year. And then you won't be able to get out of it if you don't want it. So the Forte is bringing some good value. You get an 8-inch infotainment screen with wireless CarPlay, Android Auto, USB connectivity. If you have a USB-C connector on your phone, it costs you $5 from Amazon to buy a USB-A to USB-C adapter. I bought one for one of my cars. It works great. You have 12-volt capability. You have room for 5 people in the car, 2 up front, 3 in the back. You got a nice big trunk. You got an economical drive line, and if you drive this carefully and drive it normally, I would say, and you get that 34 miles to the gallon on average with a 14-gallon gas tank, you're going to get about 475 miles to a tank on regular unleaded gas. And of course, obviously, gas mileage depends on weather and on terrain and all that other jazz, but that's still bringing good economical value for your fuel costs as well. So this thing is bringing a lot of value to the market for folks that need a car but just don't have the kind of money to spend on something that's fancy with a lot of options or a lot of amenities or a lot of nice to haves, and you really want to get into something now and you don't want to spend a lot of money, $21,300 is a heck of a good price for a Forte, because that's what you were paying for a decently equipped Rio sedan, and the Forte is a much larger vehicle. So let me know what you think about this Forte LX, and obviously with the wrong badge on the back, with the FE badge on the back, possible collector car down the road. Let me know what you think about this vehicle, whether this is something that would interest you, or if this is too bare bones and you do have the capability of moving upscale. Let me know about that in the comments. But I want to thank Ciocca Kia here in Ewing, New Jersey, for providing the channel access to this brand new 2024 Kia Forte LX in Aurora Black for review today. I'd like to thank all of you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like. Please also consider subscribing and turn on that notification bell so you'll never miss another Shabby's Rides video. And I'll see all of you on the rebound. Take care, everyone.